It's time for Cashflow. Guys, it's Cashflow Chronicles. I am George Howard, your financial Moses, and we've been talking about owning the land, possessing the land, real estate. Yesterday, we showed you how to take $500, literally of your own money, and turn it into over $100,000, literally of cash money in your pocket, $400,000 in assets and property. I literally showed you how to do that on last show. And today we're going to be talking about the best city in America to invest in. That's right. We're talking about the best city in America to invest in. But before we get into it, and it's shocking. It's really, really shocking. It's going to surprise you when I tell you what is the best city in the whole, and according to my opinion, right? Everybody has an opinion. But according to my opinion, the best city to invest in the entire America, when we revealing that. Before we do, let's do some housekeeping real quickly. Before we get into that, I want to go ahead and shout out everybody that's already live. What's going on, you guys? If you guys can, go ahead and share this out. If you're watching the replay, hit the replay. Somebody say hello, Cashflow. Listen, some people have not given StreamYard on Facebook permission for Facebook to share your credentials with Facebook. So I don't see your name, but I'll see somebody say, hello, Cashflow. So you got to be somebody who knows me. Thank you so much. Put your name in the chat, but give Restream permission. Matter of fact, let me see if I can drop that link in here. Let me see if I can find it. Facebook, StreamYard. Permission. Grant Facebook access. I know it's just a link. Here it is here. All right, guys, if you click on this link, it will give StreamYard permission to talk to Facebook. All right, so now let's get back. If you are watching this on replay, push replay in the chat. If you're watching it live, say hello. Let me shout you out really, really, really quick. And if you have not clicked on the link that will allow you to share your credentials and things with StreamYard, go ahead and do that. All right. Now, when we start talking about what's the best place in America to invest in, let's talk about investing. Let's talk about what you look for in investing. Aquanetta, good to see you. Aquanita, good to see you, baby. How you doing? This is Maria. Now, Maria, I used to be able to see you. Are you on a new device? Your name used to be able to come up. So I think you're on a new device or something. I don't know. All right. So we start looking at places to invest in. You have to do like an analysis of the land, right? Now, when I do my type of analysis that I do, I want to know where can I go and get the best return on my investment. And it's called a cash on cash return. All right. So I'm going to try to explain what a cash on cash return is. So if you guys are watching, let's go ahead and do this, right? A cash on cash return is not how much money you have into the investment. Well, I guess it is, but it's not how much total money is in the investment. It's how much money you have in the investment. So if I got, and according to yesterday's broadcast, when I actually went live, if you have $500 in an investment and you put $30,000 in your pocket, well, God, I don't even know what that is. What is that? 60,000 times your investment? Like, who's ever heard? What's going on, Brittany? Who's ever heard of a $60,000 cash on cash return? 60,000% cash on cash return. 30,000. If I had 1,000 in there and it made $30,000, a $30,000 return is only 500. So 60,000%, 60,000% cash on cash. I'm sorry, 6,000, not 60, 6,000% cash on cash return. That's ridiculous. Never heard of it, right? So you start looking at a cash on cash return. If I put $1 in and I get $2 back, I got a 100% cash on cash return, or some people say 200% if you count your original investment. All right. That's what that is. So I want to know what cities in America allow me to be able to invest as little money as possible and get as much money as possible out. So I'm going to show you. I just got some new pencils too, you guys, because yeah, they've been tripping on me too. I'm going to show you guys again. We're going to bring up the iPad on the screen. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about when I start talking about cash on cash return. All right. All right, let's go. I'm not recording. I'm just not going to record. All right, let's go. All right. So it's called cash on cash return. All right. Guys, if you're here, let me know you're here. Put something in the chat. Cash on cash return. It is this. Let's say the state of Florida, right? So we got the state of Florida, and let's say the average house in the state of Florida is $400,000. All right. And let's just say altogether you have $500,000. All right. How many houses? If I got $400,000 in Florida, how many houses can I buy? Let's just say you're paying cash, so we can make this simple. All right. I can buy one house. All right. In this one house, I paid $400,000 for the property. Let's say my rent um is let's say I think it's like 3,500. What's a 3 bedroom, one bath in Florida going for? Let's just call it 3,500, right? If you rent it 3,500, you're gonna take that times 12. Let me get my handy dandy calculator out here. Think it's like 30, almost $40,000, but we're gonna say 35 times 12. It's 42,000. So it gives me $42,000 is what I make back a year. All right. So out of 42,000 divided by $40,000, I'm sorry, 400,000. So that gives me a 0.105, which is actually a 10% cash on cash return. All right. I'm gonna try to make it, guys. I know that it's kind of hard. I'm gonna try to make it. Give me a second where you guys can actually see my picture up here. So let's see. Extra camera. All right. And let's share that. And let's bring that on stage so you guys can at least see. All right, there we go. All right. So you got we got a 10% cash on cash return. And you can see, I don't know why I just did that. I hate iPad. All right. You can see here, I put 40 in, 10% of $40,000 is, so 10% of $400,000 is $40,000. So yes, about 10.05%. All right, cool. So if I said this is rent, and then if I said in equity don't count because equity is not cash. It's cash in. How much cash did you get out? So if I'm looking at another city, I want to say, well, if I got a 10% cash on cash return in Florida, where can I go and get a better cash on cash than that? Well, the next place I would look at is a place like Ohio. And let's just say we're going to go to Columbus, Ohio, right? I can get probably for like $60,000, I can get a 3 bedroom, one bath, and my rent there is going to be about $1,200 a month. We'll just say 15. We'll keep the numbers even. Right. I don't think the rent, what is wrong with me? $1,500 a month, right? So I'll take my $1,500 a month times 12. And I'm gonna get my handy dandy calculator out here, but I think it's 18,000, but I just want to make sure. Yes, 18,000. All right. So now if I could take the $18,000 into 60, well, now I have a 30% cash on cash return. So here's my question. Where am I getting the best cash on cash return at? Florida or Ohio or Columbus, right? Well, I'm getting it here in Ohio. So this would be a better place to invest, in my opinion, than any place else. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? If you're putting up what I'm putting down, guys, put some comments in the chat. Let me know. All right. What's going on, Ava? Good to see you, baby. All right. So I'm measuring. Now, you got other things that people would say, and this one's a big one too. And this is a landlord friendly state. That's a S, not an 8. All right. A landlord friendly state for me is very, very, very important because I don't want to go invest in places where I'm going to have a hard time evicting people. I don't want to go invest in places where I'm going to have very high taxes because that's going to eat my cash flow up. And so This place I'm about to tell you about actually has a landlord friendly state. I can get the best cash on cash returns that I've seen anywhere else in the country. And the next thing is this is what's called, and guys, you guys getting like a really advanced class. And I'm sorry if I go a little bit too quick for you guys. And if I am, slow me down. But this right here is what's called a real estate cycle. All right. This is what's called a real estate cycle. Inside of a real estate cycle, you have four things that happen inside of a real estate cycle. All right. You have right here what's called recovery, expansion, hypersupply. Then you have recession. These are the four phases that real estate goes through, usually about every 8 to 12 years. Real estate is going to go up, it's going to come back down. It's going to go up, it's going to come back down. This is normal. We haven't had a correction like we should have in a very long time, but this is what happens. I believe that we're somewhere up in here, and we've been here, stuck here for way longer than what we should be because the feds, well, not the feds, but because the economy is so inflated, it won't allow us to go down into a recession. But guys, a recession is just a correction of when it's overinflated. This is your peak. All right. Now, where do you want to buy in this section? So if I had to do this again, let's go ahead and do it again. If I had to buy on here, well, I just really messed that up. If I had to buy on my real estate cycle, where do you want to buy? You always want to buy low and you want to sell high. If it's already high, it's going to come down. If it's already low, it's going to come up. Are y'all still with me? All right. So you want to buy when it's low and sell when it's high, or you liquidate when it's high. So let me try to explain to you what just happened so you guys can have some kind of parallel to go with what I'm talking about. I forgot that I was using that camera. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. All right. So, what was I saying? Oh, so I was talking about the real estate cycle. We went from a real estate cycle to 8 to 12 years. I was going to actually bring it to real. All right. So in 2020, we had a whole lot of things happen inside of um our country. We had COVID happen. And COVID was supposed to take us really, it actually did take us into a recession. People just didn't know it. That's why we got that bailout money to bail us out of this recession, because there was no way to come out of a recession when nobody's going to work. So they had to give us money to start spending money so it would pull us out of a recession. That's why we got stimulus checks, right? So we're going through this recession, and everybody got this money. Can I show y'all something? It's a little bit more advanced. Like y'all getting like, yeah, it's a little bit more advanced, but I want to show it to you anyway. All right, I want to show you what's called the M1 money supply. All right, the M1 money supply is, I'm trying to, how much money is circulating in the economy. And I want you guys to see the parallel between that and other stuff. All right. So, all right. So let's go ahead and stretch this out, make it look a little better. All right. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to go to Google and I want to go to M1 money supply. All right. So we're going to go to M1 money supply. This is how much money the Federal Reserve had circulating in the economy. Now, guys, I want you guys to see this, right? If you guys look here, you will see that the M1 money supply has pretty much been consistent. You start to see inflation here. And then in 2008, you remember what happened in 2008? We had to print stimulus checks. Why? Because we was in a recession. Obama printed stimulus checks, but he didn't have to print that much. But you do see it's kind of carried on all the way here. When we got here, you see it jumped. Look at this. It jumped from 40,000, so from 3,900 all the way up to, come on, 16,000. So you went to 4 times more money that's ever been in the economy was in the economy. When that money hit the economy, what do you think happened to prices across the country? I need y'all to stay with me. We have that much money. You have 4 times more money than ever been in the economy ever before. What happens with that? I'm trying to get this right. I'm looking. Well, what happens is that you get inflation, prices go up. Because everybody got money. Everybody buying Coach, everybody buying Doonies, everybody going a little bit of time, everybody going to do all this stupid stuff with this money they just got. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. Right? All this money they're doing with all this different stuff because there's so much money in the thing. So what happened to houses? Houses hit a peak. Why? Because everybody got money. This is how you know how to identify a peak market. When they started selling houses for more than what it was appraising for, it is way overinflated. It is a bubble. If a house is 400,000, you say I'm going to bid 420,000. What? I'm only offering 400, but I'm going to offer them 425. Huh? Make it make sense to me, right? And then you got people, and I'm talking about, you have people bidding $100,000 over the asking price. $100,000 over the asking price. Does that even make a little bit of sense? So I know we're at a peak market because it's so high. Do you want to buy in a peak market? So now I'm going to bring this back up again. When a market is peaked, because it can't get any higher than this, as high as it comes, right? When a market is peaked, it is. Oh my gosh. This thing is confusing. All right. So when a market is peaked here, where is it going to go? It's going to come down. Now, the Feds wanted to push this down. So what they did is they rose interest rates. So if they tighten up the money supply, don't make money as available, or they make it more expensive, then hopefully it would drive us down into a correction by trying to suck some of the money out of the economy. That's really what this was about. But unfortunately, you guys are still spending money. Well, we all are spending money. Still spending money because we still have a whole lot of money in the economy. Let me show you. So now when you start looking at this, you can see here it's starting to come down, but is it back down yet? We still got a lot of money in the economy. It's just a lot. You still got 18,000 compared to, really, let's call it 4,000. Still got 4 times more money in the economy than what we should. Today. I know it don't feel like it. Okay. So I didn't want this to turn to an econ class, but I want you guys to really tell me, is this making sense to y'all? Or is this too deep? Because if it is, I promise you, I'll go back to just doing the regular thing. I promise. I can't get this thing to act right for nothing. Oh, that's why. You big. All right, we're checking the chat. Everybody thinks they have money. Yes. Thank you, Tony. Makes sense. Okay. All right. So now, how do I bring up my picture? There we are. All right. So now that they're trying to push the economy down by raising the interest rates, what you're going to see is that housing prices should start dropping. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring a correction into the real estate cycle, trying to bring it on into a recession. Now, They don't want to hit a recession. The Feds are not trying to bring into a recession, but they do want to bring a correction. And so they want to bring this down as slowly as possible without forcing us into a recession. I honestly think a recession is necessary. I just do. I just think a recession is necessary. All right. So when we start talking about the best place in America to invest in, where can I find property right now that is, if I had to go into this real estate cycle again, that is low and I believe it's going to go high? It's going to give me the best cash on cash return. And is a landlord friendly state. So now I want to ask you guys, and I want you guys to put it in the chat. Where can we find property that goes like this? I'll give you a hint. It starts with a G. It's called gentrification. How many times have you seen in cities where how can I put this? Where you had $50,000 properties, $70,000 properties, even $100,000 properties, the whole area gets demolished and they build over, say, 3 or 4 year area, right? Money, banking, and financial markets 101, right? Thank you, right? And you start seeing that this neighborhood that was a pretty much impoverished neighborhood, it's now $500,000 condos and up. How many times have you seen that? How well do you think the investors made off of that area? Just setting my argument up, just setting my premise up. They made buku. I'm going to acquire the land cheap. I'm going to build up and I'm going to sell and get out. It's called gentrification. Can you identify the next area that's going to be gentrified? Well, DC, well, they pretty much got that. Nashville, well, they pretty much got that. I'm almost area. I'm not going to even go to start naming areas, right? There's almost every area in the country has already been gentrified. And so, matter of fact, put it in the chat, plenty of gentrification areas here in Atlanta, right? Because they're pushing the values up. They're literally, you buy a lower area, you build bigger houses, it pushes that area up, and they walk away with a whole lot of money by taking a lower end area and turning it into a higher end area. Well, guys, I got a city that they're literally about to do the same thing. It has the best cash on cash return that I've ever seen in my life. It's a landlord friendly state. And it's literally about to be gentrified over and over and over again. Here's the question. Are we going to gentrify it? Or are we going to allow rich people to come in and gentrify it? So here's what I mean by that. All right. So let me want to share a video with you guys right quick. So let me go ahead and get that up and we'll go from there. Give me a second.
But everything that we've visualized has happened. And what we're visualizing is what Gary's going to look like by the time he's finished in the next couple of years. So almost, I'm trying to do everybody a favor and put him up on game. So if you could trust that, like when I told you about Jay-Z and you laughed, and I told you about Kanye and you laughed, and I told you about being the boss and you laughed, and I told you about diabetes and you laughed.
Diabetes is not funny.
It wasn't then and it isn't now. But you're laughing. But I'm telling you about Gary. If you missed this wave, and I've told you already not to, you're a dumbass. Period. And don't blame anybody in a couple of years because you missed this wave. I already told you what it is. And I don't have to be nice about it. I don't have to talk in a tone. Just be intelligent. And when you give somebody an opportunity, that means you've given somebody the opportunity to work for.
So that's the end of that particular piece that we're going to do. Don't worry, I'll be showing almost a Yeah, I keep getting these cameras mixed up. I don't know if y'all heard me. We're gonna show that whole piece a little later. Yeah, I'm getting all these. I got 3 different cameras. I got never mind. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the screen. Yeah. Anyway, um, we're gonna come back and show the whole clip. But what I'm saying is that there's something that's going around right now that's about to happen. It's about to burst. And it's going to be right here in the city of Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana is one of the only cities that has not been gentrified yet. Now I'm going to show you some things that I want you to see why Gary, Indiana is prime property. Number one is that Gary, Indiana is the crossroads of the Midwest. You cannot get from one end of the country to the other without going through the city of Gary, Indiana. So I want to show you guys, I want to bring up the highway system, and I want to show you, I think it's this one here. I'm going to show you guys how it's set up. All right. Let's go ahead and show this screen here. All right. Let's go back. And I'm just going to go just try and see, like, let's go 80. Interstate map of. Let's go map of Interstate 80. All right. So if you're going from east to west, from San Francisco all the way over to New York, you can take 80 the whole way. But right here, there's a city. Well, I tried to click on it. Where we at? That's Kansas City, Cincinnati. Okay, Indianapolis. Zoom in. This is 65. I want to go north. I was supposed to be doing 80. How did I get all the way over here on 65? All right, let's go back. All right. So if you come in here, guys, right here, right next to Chicago is Gary, Indiana. I want to be able to click on it, but it won't let me. Let's see if I click on this one. Yeah, y'all see right here? Y'all see it right there? It says Gary, Gary. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's kind of small. Wait, it's right there. It's kind of small. I won't. Let's see if I visit it. Nope, still won't let me do it. Keep opening up another screen. So anyway, yes, it goes through Gary. That's 80. All right, well, let's go through another one. What's 90? Well, INTER might be good. All right, so you're looking at Interstate 90. Well, Interstate 90 over here is going to take you through. Y'all see right here where it says Gary. 90 is also going to take you as far as west, all the way coming over to east. So now I got 80 from west to east. I got 90 from west to east or east to west. If you're going through east to west, guys, you got to come through Gary, Indiana. But not just that. You got 80, you got 94. Let's look at 65. 65 actually ends in Gary, Indiana. If I click on this, will it actually show me? Yeah. So 65, well, where is it? That's Nashville. So I can take 65 and go north all the way up to Indiana. So let's see here. I'm not about to do all that. It ends right here in Gary, Indiana. Or begins in Indiana, Gary. I don't know if it's ending in the beginning, but right there. We're right next to Chicago, by the way. So I know you're like, that says Chicago. 65 cannot take you to Chicago. It ends in Gary or begins in Gary. All right. So now, if you're going anywhere from north to south, guess where you got to go through? Gary, Indiana. You're going east to west. Guess what? Gary, Indiana. But we're still not done. So you got 80, you got 94, you got 65. What am I missing? 80. Oh, I didn't do 94. So now, if you're doing 94 and you're going all the way over here from, I think this is Wyoming, all the way over here to Michigan, again, you got to go through Gary, Indiana. But we're not done there, because I'm just going to go ahead and tell you where I'm going with this. A city cannot live without export and imports. So highways is export and import. Anybody know what is the largest body of water in America? What? Well, I should put it into Google. What is the largest body of water in America? Let's see here. How big is Lake Michigan? I thought Lake Michigan was the largest body of water in America. I don't know where it ranks at, but it's up there. I thought it was the largest. But it's up there. Either way it go, you got Lake Michigan. All that water. Let me show you if I can show you guys a map right quick. Map of Gary, Indiana. And Chicago, Illinois. Do y'all see? This is Gary here. Come on, man. Let me show me the whole map. All right. Here's Gary International. And you notice it says International Airport. It's an international airport. Can I get rid of this up here? No, it's not going to let me. This body of water right here is Lake Michigan. Guys, Chicago is right here. That's Chicago. Here's Gary. Let's see if I can get it in the same screen. Right, there you go. Here's Gary. Here's Chicago. I can be in Chicago in 15 minutes. I can be downtown Chicago taking 30 minutes. With traffic, sometimes 45 minutes. Gary is like a suburb of Chicago. Most of my tenants are Chicago residents, or were Chicago residents. Most of my tenants work in Chicago. Why am I telling you this? Because number one, Lake Michigan is a body of water. What is export and import? Boat. So now we have 18 wheelers. Now we got boat. You just seen the international airport that's plane. And Gary has more train per square foot than any other city in the country. So I got plane, train, automobile, and I also got boat. That is every major export and import that you can have in any other city. But then on top of that, it's next to the third largest city in the country. I believe Chicago is the third largest. Let's see. Chicago is how does Chicago rank? Los Angeles and Chicago follow each other with more than 2.5 million residents. So you got New York first, and then you got Los Angeles, Chicago tied for second. So let me get this right. You have a city that Dame Dash just told you he's partnering with the mayor, and they're about to build this city up. It has every major export and import that you could want. It's next to the second largest city. I'm sorry, it's next to the second largest city in the country. And it's never been gentrified, and it's all black. And they got an airport. I want you guys to do the math on this. It's prime land that nobody has developed. And I'm buying it for $500 a lot. So now I'm inside of Gary, Indiana, and I'm able to purchase the land starting at $500. And it has all that going for it. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody tells you. As Dame Dash said, if you miss this wave, you're stupid. He didn't say stupid. He called you a dumb boop. Do not miss this next wave. Let me go ahead. I see some chats over here. Let's go ahead and check the chat. No sound, volume is gone. Let's go. Real money, real life Monopoly. So one of my mentees, Jennifer, just played Monopoly. Well, she didn't just, she played it a couple years ago. She played Monopoly 3 years ago at an auction in real life. She bought Brittany, how many was it? Was it 6 properties on the same block? She literally said, I want that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Like, I'm not making this up. Went all the way down. Boom, 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 boom. And she paid $500 for each one of them. Boom, 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 boom. She's in the process of fixing them right now. 6 in a row. That's Monopoly. That's real Monopoly. For $500? There's an auction coming up right now that's going to be in where I'm buying. She said, yeah, there's an auction coming up right now that I want you to participate in. And you guys can go right now to befree.university. I'm sorry, befreeuniversity.com/house party. I'm having a house party, not a house party where we're going to be juking. We got a house party where I'm going to be showing you how to buy a house for $500. And I'm also going to show you how to register for this auction. I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to show you how to buy the houses for $500. And I'm going to register and show you how to register for the auction. I'm not going to do it. Actually, our attorney's going to do it. Show you how to register for an auction so that you can get in this auction. You do not want to miss this wave. Just telling you. I'm already making money without the gentrification. I'm already making money without all the things that's about to happen. And I'm making a lot of money. Do you know what I'm going to make when the property values goes from $100,000 to $300,000? Do you know what's going to happen when they come in and start pushing the property values up? Can you imagine what it's going to do to my net worth and my income and my money when I have 100 properties and I bought them at $500 and every last one of them is worth $250,000, $300,000, if not $400,000? Do you know? You don't have to know. I want you to do it with me. And it's free. House party is free. So let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and type it in the somebody can do it. befreeuniversity.com/house party. That should get it there. And I'll put it on the screen for you guys. It is befreeuniversity.com/house party. That is where you want to go. befreeuniversity.com/house party. If I'm not mistaken, I think I have it on a banner as well. Nope, that ain't the banner. Yeah, there. Yeah, befreeuniversity.com/house party. You don't want to miss this wave. You don't want to miss this investment. Gary, Indiana. I'm telling you, I'm putting it on record. I used to tell it was number 2. Now, I said it was number 2 about 8 years ago. I'm now telling you the number 1 place in the entire country to invest. Ain't Atlanta. It ain't Florida. It ain't Arizona. It ain't all these other places. It ain't DC. It ain't Baltimore. All these other places they're telling you. It is in Gary, Indiana. I ain't got no dog in this fight. If you don't want to come invest here, that's fine. But I believe that the number 1 place in the entire country to invest in, it's going to give you the best cash on cash return, that is about to be gentrified, that is a landlord friendly state, and you can come in and start buying property as little as $500. You don't get no easier than that. None. So what you guys need to do is go to befreeuniversity.com/house party. I'm going to play. Let's see here. Let's see what we're going to play right quick. We're going to talk to Talisa. Listen to this. Watch this.
My name is Talisa. I am a single mom. I'm from Toledo, Ohio. With his guidance, I was able to acquire 3 properties, one of them being a duplex, which is already occupied. All these properties I acquired for $500.
Act now to start building your real estate empire with the Pennies to Property Real Estate System.
I literally was just laying in my bed, scrolling through Facebook, and stumbled upon the advertisement to learn more about tax lien properties. And I watched a video with George actually being able to purchase properties at $500. And I was like, hey, wait, no way, this can't be possible. I was actually able to register for the tax lien sale, and I was able to obtain 4 parcels. I won all of the bids, including being able to win the bid for a property that was $500. So great success there. And I can't believe it. Even my friends and family can't believe I am cybersecurity world today and tomorrow. I own 4 tax lien properties off the tax lien sale.
The great thing is there are no strings attached to this government program.
All right, so that is 3 testimonials, you guys, that you see that people, not just me. Did y'all hear Talisa? She said, I bought a duplex for $500 that was occupied. People were living in it. She bought it for $500. Did y'all hear that? Like over and over and over again. I can keep playing them, but I'm not. I just want y'all to see. Take advantage of it. Go to befreeuniversity.com/house party. Go register. The best place in the entire country to invest in. It's literally about to have an auction, and I want to show you how you can get there and start doing it too. Guys, that's my show for today. I love you guys with the love of Christ. I'm sorry that I was late today, but somebody said with me, cash flow. It's been another episode here at Cashflow Chronicles. You guys see me in the morning at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going to be actually showing you how to get your faith up. Tonight, we show works. In the daytime, we do faith, because faith and works go together. Actually, let God brings your increase. I say it kind of a little different way. I say it like this. I get my inspiration in the morning. I get my application in the evening, and God's going to bring the manifestation. That's what I'm looking for. Faith and works come together, inspiration and application coming together so we can actually get manifestation. And that's what this is about. If y'all don't know, Cashflow Chronicles is a kingdom show, but I want to show you how to go get the money, not shout about the money, not reach your hand up and grab it money, not turn around 3 times in a circle money, not touch your neighbor money. I'm talking about money you can put in your hand, because you must also have some works to go with your faith. So let's go ahead and get that money. Guys, that's my show for today. If you have not shared this out and actually told people about Cashflow Chronicles and told people about Kingdom Keys in the morning, then you are doing your friends a disservice. Tell them, guys, this content today, right? I just showed you like all about, guys, we just had a minor econ class. What we did yesterday, the content is ridiculous. Go tell somebody. I'll see you guys later. You guys be blessed.